All right, good morning, everybody. It's Friday, the 28th of May, 2021. Drizzly, drippy day out there this morning. It's only about 5:30. We had a nice day yesterday. Mary's birthday. It was a nice time together. We didn't get to do much, of course. Couldn't even go out to eat. We haven't had that privilege extended to us yet. We did stop and get some big burritos to bring home and did some shopping together, and we had a lot of nice Facebook readings. So it was a nice day. I hope it went well for her, as it did for me. We got to see the grandkids for a few minutes, and nice day, and I'm grateful for that. This morning I was just getting ready to do my devotion, and I had another verse in mind in Proverbs that I've been reading through Proverbs in my chronological daily Bible reading, and I came across a verse that talked about anger. And then I listened to my Alexa's daily news briefing, and the verse of the day that came up there was from Proverbs 15, verse 1. I thought, what an appropriate, it said almost what I wanted to say, but maybe something even better than I wanted to say. The verse I was looking at was one about being slow to wrath, showing wisdom, and quick to anger, showing folly. The verse that was programmed into her for this morning was Proverbs 15:1. I thought it's a brilliant idea. Something to remember. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. We really control our destiny when it comes to fights and arguments. 99.9% of the time, we are in control of how a disagreement or a row is going to go. It's up to us. We get provoked, and we do get provoked. It happens all the time. We do get angry. Somebody says something or does something to us, and somebody cuts us off in traffic, or a sales assistant treats us what we perceive to be poorly, or somebody's rude. And then the next thing that happens is that you and I have a chance to respond. What do we do? What do we do when we have that chance to respond? I hate to even ask the question, because the number of times that I've responded negatively is huge, and thank God He's begun to calm my spirit over the last several years, 8 or 10 years maybe. He's been able to calm my spirit a bit. Man, when I was younger, I really, over and over again, my harsh word were the first thing to pop out of my mouth, and I kind of thought there was some kind of merit in that, and just blame it on, no, that's just me. And man, I remember one time, a sales assistant, when we were in Alabama, we had bought new mini blinds for our sitting room, and they didn't work. We had them specialty cut according to our measurements, and they didn't work. They just, the little levers wouldn't go up and down. They wouldn't turn. You know how there was little tiny mini blinds, the flaps wouldn't turn. They wouldn't go up and down, so we took them back to the place that sold them to us, and I politely walked away. I said, "I need to return these. They're not working." And she says, "You can't return them because they're special cut, special order, or bespoke," as we'd say today. That new word that's kind of popping back up from the old days. Today she might have said, "Well, they're bespoke. We can't exchange them. You ordered them that way, but they didn't work." I said. She says, "I'm sorry, they're special order. We can't replace them." I said, "But they don't work," and it just escalated from there, and I made an absolute fool of myself, absolute idiot of myself. And eventually a manager came out, and they did refund our money. Then I got home, and I just was crushed that I had stirred up this whole situation by my negative response, and so I had to phone the place. No, I didn't even phone the place. I got back in my car and drove down there, found the sales assistant, and I apologized to her for my rudeness and the way I had treated her, because it wasn't right. Here we have a biblical principle. What if I'd responded with a soft answer? What if I'd been very calm and said, "No, I'm sorry, that's not right. Could you please get a manager for me? We're not getting this," or something. The mechanical part of it doesn't work, and I need to talk to a manager, see if we can do something. And if that hadn't worked, I surely could have found a way to stay calm, but I escalated the situation. And I've done that through the years. Somebody does something on me, and I get frustrated, and then pretty soon you realize that's not how we're going to get things done. Proverbs says, a soft answer can turn away wrath. A harsh word stirs up anger. There's other places that say, where there's no wood, no kindling, the fire is going to go out. It's important that we as God's people set the example. We're the ones who have the power to fix a volatile situation. It's in our hands whether we're going to honor Christ or whether we're going to make fools of ourselves and embarrass ourselves. And if they know we're Christians, make us a horrible testimony. I had an airport situation one time where I did the same thing, and then that was stupid because you don't want to mess with airport security. I think that was back pre-TSA days. We've got to be careful with our response. We got to be careful that we let God control our response, because if we have a harsh word, it's only going to make things worse. It's been a while since that's happened to me. Normally I do it, and even if I start to hear it, I stop saying, no, listen, I'm really sorry. I can catch myself after I've started feeling my temper get stir up and say, I stop and say, listen, you're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have responded that way. God, it's happened a couple times in the last couple of years. And it's amazing how that diffuses the situation, how much more you get done. And that could, just pragmatically speaking, but a harsh word stirs up anger. We can keep it going or we can put it out. It's up to us. It happens in our homes, and the last place that I think the last place that we learn that sometimes is in our homes, because Mary and I, we taught together, because I work at home, my office is here. We're here all the time, and the easiest place to let your guard down and let the situation get out of hand is dealing with those that you love the most, because you're with them all the time, and you don't even think. I can be on guard when I go outside. When I'm in the house, I can let my guard down and be careful. And when I get angry, when I respond angrily, all it does is make the situation worse. And that's not good for a home. It's not good for a marriage. How many times our marriage has been destroyed because one of us cannot keep our mouth shut, or one of us cannot reply properly, or one of us cannot find a kind word to say. Talking about being the salt of the earth on Sunday morning, and part of being the salt of the earth is our speech. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, made right by being the salt of the earth. Let's be challenged by that. And I know some people are more angry than others by nature, but it's vital that we learn this word. A soft answer is going to turn away wrath. It stops the situation. But if I respond angrily to a situation, it's only going to escalate. I know there's exceptions. I know there's some bitterly angry people there who are going to get even angrier if you don't respond in anger. They're going to get suspicious of you. But vast majority of the time, nearly 99% of the time, we can stop the fire by not adding wood to the fire. We can stop the argument by answering kindly or nicely. A soft answer does turn away wrath, but a harsh word is going to stir the anger up again. You guys have a good weekend. Hopefully we're going to try once again to do the live stream from the community center on Sunday morning. We've had issues with that the last 2 weeks, losing Wi-Fi connection. So hopefully about 11:15 Sunday morning, we'll be live streaming the message from the community center. And let's pray with us that goes smoothly. I can't think of an equitable solution at the moment if it doesn't. So pray that all falls into place and the Wi-Fi works smoothly. And just pray for each other. Thank God that we're able to go to church and be together this weekend. In Jesus' name we pray. No, I did that twice now. I thank God, and not because I say I thank God, I think we're praying. But yeah, we do thank God, and we rejoice in that what He's allowed us to do. It's so good to be back in church. So have a great weekend, guys. God bless.